somebody from who was at the dock, and
Oh,
it hit their hand and
no.
went right in the drink. So I've lost a cell phone, but nothing that
Disappointing,
expensive.
though. Still disappointing.
Absolutely. All right, folks, quick look outside. We got a beautiful Wednesday ahead. Can't wait to tell you all about it. That's coming up.
Plus, making progress against a large fire. We'll update you on the wildfires burning in our region. And a busy holiday weekend at the beach. Lifeguards race into action when a rip current sucks 6 people into the ocean. Good Morning Northwest continues right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Jason Valentine. Welcome to Wednesday. It's about 25 seconds away from 6 a.m. And good morning, Jill.
Good morning, Jason.
And good morning, everyone. And just a lovely day yesterday. And if you liked yesterday, you're going to like today.
That's right.
As well. Let's take a look outside. We're starting to see some light coming into our areas. Again, a little chilly this morning, especially in Yakima. You may want to grab a coat. Just depends on your tolerance for cooler temperatures. We are going to see a little bit of cloud coverage this morning in Yakima, but we'll see a little more sunshine as the day goes on. We're slightly warmer than we were yesterday, so lower 80s for Yakima. We're in the lower 80s also for the Tri-Cities area. Folks, it's just going to be a beautiful, beautiful day. Winds remain light and we're remaining dry, though. For Walla Walla and Pendleton, we could see a little bit of shower activity rumbling through tomorrow evening. Should be pretty quick, but again, first shower activity since the weekend, and first shower activity really on the board for the week ahead. So we're going to keep a close eye on that. So I'll update that in my forecast coming up, but it's a beauty of a day, dry with light winds, and a nice week ahead. All right, right now we're going to send it back to Jill.
A College Place police officer on a routine patrol managed to bring in a former convicted felon with a warrant out for his arrest. Late Sunday night, the officer conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle with no taillights. During the stop, the officer recognized a 30-year-old male passenger who had a warrant out for his arrest. After officers took him into custody, they noted drug paraphernalia in the vehicle, and after obtaining a warrant, searched it to discover fentanyl, methamphetamine, and a gun. And one of his recent convictions was unlawful possession of a firearm. Fire officials say they have the Yellow Pit fire 100% contained. It burned near the Benton-Walla Walla County line in the Wallula area. Officials say it looks like someone driving off-road started the fire, which burned more than 1,500 acres. It's a good reminder that even as temperatures are cooling down, there's a lot of dry grass and brush out there that can easily catch fire. Firefighters are still working to put out the Bensel fire, which is burning in Umatilla County, east of Hermiston. The Oregon State Fire Marshal tells us firefighters did have to deal with a flare-up Monday in a drainage area that was difficult for crews to access. But now the fire marshal says the fire is 72% contained and they're making progress.
We are continuing with what we did yesterday, and hopefully we'll get that entire fire contained and a line that is cold all the way around it. So that's our objectives today. Still have the same amount of crews out here, and we did get a bulldozer added.
The Two Rivers Correction Institution fire crew and Umatilla County Fire District 1 are working with the Oregon State Fire Marshal structural task forces to get ahead of the fire. There are some level 1 get ready and level 2 get set evacuation orders in place. So if you live in the area, you might want to sign up for the Umatilla County Emergency Alert System just in case conditions change. Fire officials in Spokane County say they're still working to figure out what started the devastating fires there last month, but they've ruled out natural causes like lightning in at least one of them. The Oregon Road fire, which burned almost 11,000 acres within a matter of hours, destroyed dozens of homes, and is blamed for killing one person, is considered about 90% contained more than 2 weeks after it started. It was a somber holiday weekend for those living in the aftermath of the Gray Fire. The flames that burned Medical Lake destroyed 240 homes. Many families have begun the process of rebuilding their lives. Kit Holmesmith is one of them, and when cameras found her, she was sifting through what remained of her kitchen that she had built by hand. She lived there for 16 years alongside what she described as the best neighbors she's ever had. She says the most devastating part is that some of them won't rebuild.
Like my dear friend across the street, she and I would swim a couple times a week together. She won't be coming back. So that's a hard one. I really will miss her.
Kit is now staying in an RV with her husband, but she's grateful her husband, kids, and grandkids are all safe. An alarming situation developed over the holiday weekend along the Oregon coast. Several people, 2 children and 4 adults, all got caught in a rip current, which swept them away from the shore. According to the Cannon Beach Lifeguards Facebook page, that happened at Chapman Point at Cannon Beach. A total of 4 lifeguards hit the water along with jet skis and calls for a Coast Guard helicopter. 3 local surfers also assisted in the rescue. All 6 people were eventually brought back safely to the shore. The Pasco Chamber of Commerce is holding its annual Sunshine Business Luncheon next week, and the keynote speaker is a longtime NASCAR pit coach. Sean Pete worked for over 12 years with NASCAR as pit coach for Trackhouse Racing. He says the high-pressure environment taught him a lot about how to succeed in leadership. And now he's co-founded a program called Deck Leadership to help business owners thrive.
I'm going to be talking about the importance of culture. You know, speed has become the new currency of business in this country. It's no longer big business versus small business. It's fast versus slow. And as a NASCAR pit crew coach, it's been my job for the last 2 decades to build the fastest teams on the planet. So, and you do that by inspiring human brilliance.
The Sunshine Luncheon is coming up September 11th. You can buy tickets at pascochamber.org. Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Folks, another beauty of a day is ahead as we hit midweek. All of your first alert weather forecast that's coming right up.
Plus, a rising number of COVID cases is sparking new concern just as students fill classrooms across the country.
Hey, Tri-Cities, it's time to discover summer at Corwin Ford. And time to gear up and get out there on a new Ford to discover all the best summer has to offer, including our best selection and best offers and best rates of the year on Ford trucks and SUVs. So get ready, Tri-Cities, and discover summer with Corwin Ford, family driven for over 100 years.
No matter where life takes you, how it changes you or how you change your life, I want you to always come back to remembering our love.
Maybe everything is different, maybe not all bad, where the main things are centered to help us come around. Oh, love is the common ground.
Take a trip back in time at the Uptown Antique Market. Nearly 30 individual vendors with an amazing variety of inventory, from furniture to clothing, housewares to home decor, memorabilia, and much, much more. New inventory arriving daily at the Uptown Antique Market in Richland's historic Uptown.
Navigating a real estate transaction can be overwhelming, from finding the right property to navigating the closing process. That's why a successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process, an in-house marketing team to maximize your home's exposure, transaction coordinators to ensure accuracy throughout the transaction, and a network of local industry experts. With Windermere on your side, you can have peace of mind and confidence in your real estate journey.
Honey, that was my brother. Can we bring him dinner tomorrow? He's been having a hard time since his accident.
Of course. I know it's been tough. There's so many costs that his insurance doesn't even cover.
I know. The ramp to his front door, transportation, meal preparation. What if something happens to one of us?
We should plan to sit down soon. We can look through the long-term care benefits that we're earning with WA Cares.
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
Paws Natural Pet Emporium is proud to be a partner with Apple Valley News Now's Operation Best Friend. Pets adopted from Operation Best Friend segments come with a $50 gift card for use at Paws Natural Pet Emporium. Watch Wednesdays on Good Morning Northwest.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back on this Wednesday morning. Well, a new wave of COVID infections hitting home From the classroom to the White House, President Biden masked up in public for the first time in months after the First Lady tested positive for the virus. But it didn't take long for him to ditch the mask during a Medal of Honor ceremony, despite an uptick in infections and hospitalizations. Here's ABC's Rhiannon Alley.
This morning, a rising number of COVID cases sparking new concern just as students fill classrooms across the country. New York State is sending schools COVID tests and masks, and districts in Kentucky and Texas have briefly suspended in-person classes after a surge in cases.
It's tough to say COVID is back when in reality it never really left. We're just much better prepared to deal with it.
COVID hospitalizations nationwide have increased more than 15% in 1 week. Still, hospitalizations are only about half of what they were this time last year. A new booster shot, which is expected to protect against severe disease and death from a new variant, could be available soon. The FDA is expected to approve the booster within the next week, and the CDC is expected to soon follow.
I think it's important for people to start viewing this almost like we view the influenza vaccine, where it's going to be tailored every fall to the best of scientists' ability to capture the dominating circulating strain.
Doctors are also warning, don't throw out expired at-home testing kits because the FDA has extended when certain brands expire. The agency has posted a list of new expiration dates on its website. Meanwhile, some healthcare facilities in New York and California have now reinstated mask mandates as a precaution. President Biden showed up to a Medal of Honor ceremony wearing a mask yesterday, 1 day after the First Lady tested positive. But he removed the mask while giving an award to an 81-year-old veteran. The White House says Biden has tested negative. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Doctors say right now the latest COVID variant appears to be no more dangerous than previous strains. Well, we're learning more about the cancer singer Jimmy Buffett died from after he battled it for so long. According to the American Cancer Society, Merkel cell carcinoma remains uncommon. Exactly what causes it remains unknown. In many cases, it's linked to UV exposure or it's caused by a virus. However, sorry about that, folks. However, the numbers of people diagnosed with it have risen over the past few decades.
Oftentimes, it's not diagnosed very early because it's a rare cancer. It often presents as a nodule in the skin. Sometimes it's flesh colored, sometimes it's violet colored.
So those with the highest risk factors are men, those with light-colored skin, seniors over the age of 70, and those with significant sun exposure or are immunocompromised. The American Cancer Society says Merkel cell carcinoma is very responsive to newer immunotherapies.
That has really become the frontline treatment once the cancer has spread, with response rates which are very encouraging, and also some patients with very long duration of remissions.
While Merkel cell carcinoma typically appears on parts of the body with high sun exposure, it can also show up in the nose or even the esophagus. Well, a new study shows people with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder can develop more mental health issues than people without the condition. Researchers in Germany linked ADHD with higher cases of depression, anorexia, post-traumatic stress disorder, and attempted suicides. ADHD causes hyperactivity, inattention, and impulsive behavior in people and often interferes with a person's ability to function or develop. The study found people with ADHD were 30% more likely to attempt suicide and 9% more likely to develop major depression. Researchers say they were unable to determine a direct cause and effect between ADHD and these mental health problems, but there could be a genetic link tied to impulsive behavior. The study was published Tuesday in the journal BMJ Mental Health. Coming up, a Pennsylvania fugitive convicted of murder was spotted near the prison he escaped from, prompting area schools to cancel classes and authorities to expand their search. And folks, I'm going to return with your first alert weather forecast. Another lovely day is ahead. Can't wait to tell you all about it. That's next on Good Morning Northwest. Stick with us.
Craving an action-packed stack of game-changing, meaty, cheesy awesomeness? Taco Time's Taco Cheeseburger. You're welcome. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
Stop thinking, let things happen, and be the ball. Better yet, see the ball with K2 Vision RLE. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
Prosser Memorial Health has received a 5-star rating from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Prosser Memorial Health is one of just 483 hospitals nationwide to receive their highest rating, and the only critical access hospital in the state of Washington. For more than 75 years, Prosser Memorial Health has provided high quality and compassionate care to our communities served. It's our privilege, and we look forward to bringing you a new hospital in 2025. This is how we care.
It's a factory authorized clearance at Blue Compass RV. Before the 24s arrive, every 23 must go. Every reasonable offer will be accepted. All 23s come with an exclusive 1-year VIP membership to RV Complete. A $5,000 value only Blue Compass can provide. If you ever dreamed of owning a new RV, now is your time. Every 23 must go at the factory authorized clearance only at Blue Compass RV.
There's no other name but the name.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. I'ma get it started from the top.
God has a plan for this generation.
I done gave my life to Christ and I departed from the top.
We are excited to see the youth of this valley come to know Jesus Christ.
Amen.
And on September 9th at 6:30 p.m., we are renting out the convention center so that we can reach the kids of this valley.
My life to Christ and I departed from the top.
Thank you for watching Apple Valley News Now. If you have a story idea, please let us know, and maybe we'll share it with the world. On air, online, and on the go with our mobile app.
We're Apple Valley News Now, and we're always on your side.
On your side.
An all-new season of Live with Kelly and Mark is here. Next Live.
Feast your eyes on Jake Gyllenhaal.
Plus, Bachelorette Charity Lawson.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Hope you're having a good morning so far. A little bit of cloud coverage. We're looking at our Toppenish Legends Casino Sky Cam. A little bit of cloud coverage, Yakima Valley and in Kittitas County, but those will be moving along as we move along in our morning. And just another beautiful day is on tap. Should be gorgeous. So we got, again, a little bit of cloud coverage in that area. Other than that, we are looking beautiful throughout our areas. A little bit coming into Hanford as well. But as we move along in our morning, we're going to see those clouds flitter away and just beautiful conditions through tomorrow night, though we have a chance of seeing a little bit of shower activity Thursday evening along the Blue Mountain region. The shower activity, which has been to the east of us, finally churning in a little bit of shower activity, at least potential shower activity. We'll, of course, know more about the timing tomorrow, but besides that, we are looking to stay dry for the next couple of days, if not into the weekend and into our next work week. So that's about our only chance of a little bit of shower activity. Current temperatures, chilly. We have some 40s going on. Folks, you may want a bit of a coat as you head out the door. I definitely wore one heading on in. Other than that, we're in the mid to lower 50s, so a little bit cooler and cooler in our morning hours. But our highs, we're going to be right around our average for this time of year, which is pretty much the mid to lower 80s, if not the upper 70s. And we're going to be a little below or a little above our averages for the week ahead, as just very comfortable and, again, very consistent conditions are on the way. We didn't see consistency like this through pretty much our entire summer, so it's kind of refreshing to see just continued more or less average conditions for this time of year. So take a look at our wind speeds. We are light and we're going to remain light. Look at this. This isn't changing much at all either. So mostly also the winds are coming in from the west, so that will keep the smoke out of our areas. Again, all it takes is another wildfire to pop up to get more smoke into our region. But folks, we are looking beautiful and it is staying that way. Allergy forecast, only trees is a problem at moderate. Other than that, we're looking very good as we have all summer. Our highs today, lower 80s for Yakima and Toppenish, upper 70s for the Kittitas County area, looking nice all throughout our areas. Lower 80s for much of the mid-Columbia, and over the Blue Mountain region, we're right in those lower 80s. Now we can do our 7-day forecast. Yakima, right around 80 through Friday, then right in those mid to upper 80s as we get to Saturday and Sunday. Mostly sunny conditions pretty much for the week ahead. Overnight lows are routinely in the 50s, though we've been breaching the 40s the last 2 mornings in Yakima. So again, cooler and cooler in our morning hours. In the Tri-Cities area, we're right around that 80, let's just say lower 80s today through Friday. And then we have a little bit of a warm up as we get to Saturday and Sunday with a little bit cooler conditions next week. But again, just like Yakima, more sunshine than not for the week ahead. So folks, we're just a tad warmer than we were yesterday, but really it's going to feel very similar to what we saw. Light winds, plenty of sunshine and dry conditions. We're keeping an eye on those chance of a bit of showers tomorrow evening for the Blues. Other than that, staying dry and staying lovely, including today.
Now to a possible new clue in the manhunt for a convicted killer who escaped from prison. Authorities in Pennsylvania have reported new sightings of the fugitive, and the search area has now expanded. Here's ABC's Morgan Norwood.
This morning, the urgent manhunt for escaped murderer Danilo Cavalcante entering its 7th day. The search zone expanding in a Pennsylvania forest after new reports of footprints in the area. The possible clue just a few miles from where these trail cameras captured images of him in Longwood Gardens, a sprawling botanical attraction outside Philadelphia.
The photos confirm that Cavalcante has not changed his appearance, but also that he has obtained a backpack.
Police say Cavalcante slipped through a nearby perimeter, but believe he's still lurking nearby.
We realized within just a few hours where he was, and so he's not had a tremendous amount of time to move a long distance.
We're learning more about how Cavalcante may have broken out of the Chester County Prison. Officials have not said how, but the Philadelphia Inquirer reports that a source inside the prison says Cavalcante climbed onto the roof from the exercise yard, then ran across the roof and dropped down to a less secure area, fleeing the prison grounds from there. The source says this was nearly identical to how a previous prisoner escaped only months ago. State police and the district attorney's office declined to comment on that report, and the prison did not return our request for comment. Cavalcante was previously sentenced to life in prison for killing his girlfriend in front of her children. And with Cavalcante still on the run overnight, one nearby school district closed again today.
Everybody's like a little bit nervous, I guess.
The district attorney and state police have now opened investigations into the escape. Lori Vallow-Daybell, the woman convicted of murdering her 2 children, is fighting her life sentence. Vallow-Daybell filed a motion last week to appeal the conviction. Her lawyer says they plan on questioning if she was mentally fit to stand trial. In addition to being convicted of killing her daughter and her son, Vallow-Daybell was also convicted of conspiring to kill her ex-husband's ex-wife. Although Vallow-Daybell was originally ruled incompetent for trial by a judge, that decision changed after she spent a year in a mental hospital. Vallow-Daybell was sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole. The man suspected in the Gilgo Beach serial killings is being sued by the state of New York. The lawsuit filed Monday against Rex Heuermann is for unpaid wages owed to employees at his Manhattan-based architecture firm. The suit cites state labor laws and alleges that Heuermann owes the state nearly $69,000. The fine stems from an original amount of nearly $21,000 in unpaid employee wages dating back several years and includes civil penalties, accrued interest, and damages. The lawsuit does not specify who the wages are owed to. Heuermann's attorney has not responded to a request for comment. Heuermann has pleaded not guilty to murdering 3 women whose remains were found along a short stretch of Long Island's Gilgo Beach in 2010. He is also the prime suspect in the 2007 disappearance and death of a 4th woman. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, we will introduce you to Chris, this week's dog for Operation Best Friend.
Where's the most mouth-watering pizza and best salad bar in town? Well, Hubby's Pizza, of course. And with the lunch special starting as low as $10.49 for a 2-topping Pee-wee pizza and a medium drink, why go anywhere else? Delicious, mouth-watering food with only the freshest ingredients. It's lunchtime and I'm going to Hubby's Pizza, a hometown favorite for nearly 45 years.
Dear 2030, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspection, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota.
Get 5.49% APR for up to 60 months on your favorite Toyota certified used models. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982, and for 20 years I worked with the fleet, repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease, and my doctors in Spokane strongly encouraged me to change careers. It's just amazing. Just recently I had a need for a walker. Right there it was. If I need any supplies, they're there for me. All I have to do is pick up the phone and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not.
The Labor Day sale has been extended this week at all Walker's Furniture stores with some of the biggest discounts of the year, or 5 years no interest financing with no money down, so you can leave your checkbook at home and pay for it later. Get drastic discounts on all bedroom and comfortable new living room furniture with big savings on our large selection of mattress sets, including Beauty Rest hybrid sets, making it the perfect time to furnish your life for less during the final week of savings at Walker's.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
Welcome back. It is time for another installment of Operation Best Friend, and this month we get to meet some of the lovely dogs of the Pitbull Pen looking for their forever homes. Elizabeth Norman joins me today along with Chris.
Hello.
Thank you so much for being here. Now, Chris is still a pretty young dog.
Yeah, he is 5 months.
Right
Just
now,
turned 5 months.
When did he, or how did he come to be at the Pitbull Pen?
Good Samaritan found him and his sister in the street, and we took them in.
Okay, so he has a sister there as well.
His sister's in foster care. She's also available, Christine.
Chris and Christine.
Christine.
That's sweet. All right, so Chris, what is his personality like? What kind of home would be a good fit for him?
As a puppy, he's still pretty malleable. He could fit in with many different types of homes. He's good with people, good with dogs and cats. And he's probably not going to get much bigger, so he's going to be suitable for fairly close quarters living. He's been doing really good with lots of different experiences, so he's pretty flexible.
Okay, and now in addition to trying to find a permanent home for him, I understand that you're also kind of looking for some foster homes.
Constantly. Chris is a great example of our puppies that are aging up in the system. Adoptions have really slowed down across the Tri-Cities, and so previously puppies would be adopted as soon as they were available, and now they're turning into teenagers still in the system. So if we can get them in the foster homes, it's much better than in the rescue environment. So absolutely, we are looking for foster homes for Chris and many other dogs.
How can someone get involved in being a part of that?
There's applications on our website, www.thepitbullpen.org. And you can also reach out on our Facebook page, and somebody can get in touch with you and talk you through the steps.
And would that be the best way to get a hold of you guys as well for the adoption process?
Yes, and all the phone numbers are on there as well.
Okay, great. Well, we look forward to finding out about Chris's new home when he has one.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth, for being here.
Thank you for having us.
All right, coming up on Good Morning Northwest, the sentence has been handed down to the former leader of the Proud Boys for his role in the January 6th insurrection.
Follow the allure of mystical money at Legends Casino Hotel, where we're giving away $30,000 every Thursday in September. Magically earn entries by using your Legends Rewards card when playing your favorite slot machines, and you could be destined to win $3,000, $8,000, or $10,000 every Thursday in September. It doesn't take winged sandals to get here. Just get here for $120,000 in mystical money, only at Legends Casino Hotel.
Welcome to the Village Bistro. We're happy you're here. I wanted to share with you some of the things we have on our menu. One of my favorite things is our lemon ricotta pancakes, topped with blueberries and powdered sugar and butter, and oh my, they are so delicious. You gotta try our 4-cheese mac and cheese or burgers. Some say they're the best in town. We love to get to know each customer that comes in, and we want you to feel like family when you're with us.
Stop thinking, let things happen, and be the ball. Better yet, see the ball with K2 Vision RLE. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
There's 1 week left to shop our special Bi-Mart membership savings book, packed with 16 pages of store-wide savings. Here in Central Washington, we've saturated your markets so non-members can see what they're missing. Join us now for a one-time $5 lifetime membership fee and get big savings. From pantry essentials to sporting goods to electronics and more. There's 1 week left to save at Bi-Mart, your Northwest employee-owned membership store.
Hi, Jason Valentine for the Apple Valley News Now Great American Flag Swap. Bring your old tattered American flag to All City Transmission this Friday, and in exchange we'll give you a brand new flag as we celebrate America together.
At All City Transmission, we stand as proud Americans, cherishing our nation's symbol of unity, the Great American Flag.
Honest work, quality price, All City Transmission.
He posts his thirst traps in a leather-bound album. Florida wants to retire and move to him. He's Gary.
And I'm your first Golden Bachelor.
A portion of the news is sponsored by Kubota.
It's the longest sentence yet in the aftermath of the January 6th violence at the Capitol, and the man now headed to prison wasn't even in D.C. at the time. We'll explain what happened there. And according to a federal watchdog group, the federal budget deficit is expected to double to about $2 trillion for the 2023 fiscal year.
And folks, it's midweek and nice conditions throughout our areas. I'll get you prepared for what's to come in my first alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Jason Valentine. Always fun to have a doggo on the morning.
It is, yes.
We had our adoptable pet.
We've had some really lovely dogs on the show, too.
So let's find, what was the name this morning?
Chris.
Let's find Chris a home.
Yes.
They're just very lovely. All right, folks, and speaking of lovely, what a day we have today. Let's take a look outside. Again, good morning to you. Good morning, Jill. Look at the panorama of colors from our Legends Casino Skycam. Just a beautiful morning. Hint of cloud coverage in the Kittitas and Yakima Valley areas. But our regions, all the rest of our regions are looking plenty of clear skies. And even Yakima and Ellensburg, you're going to see more sunshine as the day goes on. Highs completely. Lower 80s, upper 70s as we continue this very stable weather pattern. And we're going to continue to see light winds, dry conditions, though Walla Walla, Pendleton, you have a chance of seeing a little bit of shower activity coming in tomorrow evening as those showers continue to pretty much swirl around just to the east of our area. So we're just going to get possibly a little bit of the external part of that swirl. So we'll keep an eye on that. A beauty of a day ahead, dry with light winds and a nice week ahead. I'll get you ready for that coming up, but for right now, we're going to send you back to Jill.
Former Proud Boys National Chairman Enrique Tarrio now sentenced to more than 2 decades behind bars in the longest sentence imposed thus far in connection with the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. In court, Tarrio pleaded for leniency, calling January 6th the national embarrassment, though never taking responsibility. ABC's Em Nguyen has more.
This morning, former Proud Boys leader Enrique Tarrio going to prison for 22 years after orchestrating his far-right extremist group's attack on the Capitol in a failed bid to thwart the transfer of power after Donald Trump lost the 2020 presidential election. It's the harshest sentence handed down among any of the more than 1,100 individuals charged so far in connection to January 6th. Prosecutors had asked for 33 years.
That they're getting pretty high sentences, I think sends a huge signal about the importance of vindicating the harm that was caused on January 6th.
Tarrio was not present at the riot, but prosecutors still say he played a key role, arguing Tarrio watched the violence unfold at 2:38 p.m. posting on social media, "Don't expletive leave." This now infamous video showing Tarrio meeting with Oath Keepers leader Stewart Rhodes and others in an underground D.C. parking garage on the eve of the riot. Rhodes now serving 18 years behind bars. Tarrio's sentencing comes days after those of other former Proud Boys members who were also convicted of seditious conspiracy. Ethan Nordine received 18 years, Joseph Biggs 17 years, and Zachary Rail 15 years.
There'll be a day and a time where an appeal will come, and we expect the appeal to come soon.
This as the Justice Department prepares to put former President Trump on trial at the same courthouse in Washington on charges that he illegally schemed to overturn the 2020 presidential election results.
Trump's federal election interference case is set for March 4th, 2024, despite his attorney's efforts to push it back until after the presidential election. If the date holds, it'll come one day before Super Tuesday. After their August recess, lawmakers in the Senate returned to work yesterday, while the House reconvenes next week. Lawmakers have less than 2 weeks of work time scheduled before the end of the government's fiscal year. That means once again, it's a race against time to avoid a government shutdown. The focus right now isn't on passing an actual budget. Lawmakers are once again looking at a continuing resolution, which basically just extends their deadline for a few months. While some Republicans have been talking about letting the government go into shutdown, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy has pointed out that would mean stopping the investigations into the Biden administration. According to a government watchdog group, the federal budget deficit is expected to nearly double to $2 trillion for the 2023 fiscal year. The increase stems from a sharp decline in tax revenues, an increase in mandatory spending on Social Security, Medicare, and interest payments. The deficit projection from the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget and its tally for the 2022 fiscal year does not include President Joe Biden's federal student debt cancellation plan, which was struck down by the Supreme Court. The growing deficit could also further complicate discussions over funding federal agencies by the upcoming fiscal year starting October 1st. Congress will have until the end of the month to pass the spending package or a short-term deal to keep the government operating. The new projections allow a sharp drop in the budget shortfall in the 2022 fiscal year after 2 years of giant deficits swollen by record government spending on COVID-19 pandemic relief measures. Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
There's the sun, everyone. A beautiful morning. Will be a beautiful day. I'll get you ready. My first alert weather forecast, that's coming up.
Plus, the places you'll go as today celebrates books and the many benefits of reading.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Craving an action-packed stack of game-changing, meaty, cheesy sauciness? Taco Time's Taco Cheeseburger. You're welcome. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
Queensgate Gardens thanks you all for the wonderful support that you've shown us throughout this incredible spring season. We are truly honored to have such amazing customers like you. Come on down for any last-minute summer planting and check out our amazing selection at our fruit stand.
We wondered, where do people do their banking? So we asked.
I bank at Hapo.
Hapo's my bank. I've been a member of Hapo since I was 10 years old, 60 years.
I bank at Hapo Community Credit Union.
I'm with Hapo.
You're not just a number there. You're treated really well.
I feel like they're part of my community.
It's easy, it's convenient, and I don't know, I just love the people there.
I guess the question we should be asking is, where do you credit union? Join Hapo Community Credit Union today.
It's a factory-authorized clearance at Blue Compass RV. Before the 24s arrive, every 23 must go. Every reasonable offer will be accepted. All 23s come with an exclusive 1-year VIP membership to RV Complete. A $5,000 value only Blue Compass can provide. If you've ever dreamed of owning a new RV, now is your time. Every 23 must go at the factory-authorized clearance only at Blue Compass RV.
I'm Jan Baldwin, and I built this. And I built this. We get all our building materials from PAR. They've been part of our success for 3 generations.
PAR, family owned since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you gonna build?
Warning, your air conditioner unit needs service. Would you like me to call Bruce?
Yes, call Bruce.
Thanks to today's modern technology, it's never been easier to call Bruce Heating and Air. When your AC unit needs serviced, call Bruce.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get this party started. Just make sure you call the right Bruce.
Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $2,250 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Bruce Heating and Air. Paws Natural Pet Emporium is proud to be a partner with Apple Valley News Now's Operation Best Friend. Pets adopted from Operation Best Friend segments come with a $50 gift card for use at Paws Natural Pet Emporium. Watch Wednesdays on Good Morning Northwest.
In life, good things take time. And this love story is worth the wait. He's Gary, your first Golden Bachelor.
An all-new season of Live with Kelly and Mark is here. Next Live.
Feast your eyes on Jake Gyllenhaal.
Plus, Bachelorette Charity Lawson.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
As kids head back to school, here's a reminder that reading is fundamental for everyone. Today is National Read a Book Day. Every September 6th, Americans are invited to turn the pages of one of their favorites or pick up something new.
So, Jill, numerous studies over the decades have stressed the mental benefits of reading, which include boosting a person's memory and concentration. Older readers also seem to show a slower cognitive decline compared to those who don't read as much.
Great idea to go and pick up a book today.
Yeah, and it's Read a Book Day. Doesn't mean you have to read the entire book today.
No, just start somewhere.
Just start somewhere, absolutely. Very good. Quick look outside. A gorgeous day is ahead. Let me tell you all about it next on my First Alert weather forecast.
And a concerning criminal trend in Seattle as it appears that a series of robberies and home invasions are targeting elderly Asian people. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
Whether you're injured on the road or on the job, you know the stakes are high, the offers low. When the chips are down, who will stand for you? The big dogs at Brumback and Autumn will double down to get you the full compensation you are owed and you deserve. Leave nothing on the table. Brumback and Autumn, Bulldog Tough.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up US Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
Everybody in the Tri-Cities has been to a Hubby's Pizza Party, right? You haven't? Acquire the Hubby's habit and book your party today. Delicious, mouth-watering food made with only the freshest ingredients. It's party time at Hubby's Pizza, a hometown favorite for nearly 45 years. Book your party today.
Another power bill that has you scratching your head? Let Precision Sheet Metal come to the rescue with AeroSeal. AeroSeal is a revolutionary technology that uses aerosol-based duct sealant to actively find and repair all the leaks, cracks, and gaps in your ductwork. How will that help? Improved efficiency, enhanced comfort, improved indoor air quality, and cost savings. Call Precision Sheet Metal today and find out how AeroSeal can make your home the place to be all year long.
Does your bath or shower need a remodel? Bathfitter can do it all. We will remove your existing fiberglass tub or shower and replace it with a custom crafted shower or soaker tub. All made in America at our state-of-the-art factory. We rebuild your walls with new drywall and install a custom-made tub or shower with seamless walls in as little as 1 day. All work is guaranteed and built to last. Call your locally owned Bathfitter store now to book your free in-home estimate or visit bathfitter.com.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade. It's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different Briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
This newscast is sponsored by Dairy Queen. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Oh, look at the beauty already this morning, and we're going to see more of it today and more of it as we're moving along in the week, though we do have a chance of seeing a little bit of shower activity tomorrow evening for some of our cities. I'll get to that in a bit, but seeing a little bit of cloud coverage come in, mostly into the Ellensburg, Moses Lake area, even just a little bit of shower activity. That is extremely light. I very much doubt anything will be hitting the ground, but taking a look at our futurecast, we are going to be seeing those clouds move out of here and looking at just beautiful conditions into tomorrow. But then by tomorrow evening, we have a chance of seeing just a little bit of shower activity coming in. Again, there is a system just to the south east of our areas, and it's just churning in some shower activity into the panhandle of Idaho, into Montana, and we're just on the periphery of that for the Blues. That'll move along and be very nice for your Friday. Again, that's the best chance of seeing any precipitation for the next couple of days, if not for the week ahead. So we'll know a little bit more about it tomorrow. Very chilly this morning. We have some 40s, Pendleton, Yakima, and Ellensburg. Prosser joining the party as well. We're in the mid to lower 50s, so a little chilly out there, folks. Again, you may want to grab a light jacket as you're heading out the door, depending on how solvent you are with cooler temperatures. So temperature trend, we are staying a little above, a little below our average for this time of year, which is mid to lower 80s, if not upper 70s, but very calm weather system as we're just seeing pretty much day after day of similar conditions, just varying a little bit in our temperatures, but comfortable conditions, a very nice and just average start to September. So winds staying very light. We expect them to remain light for not just today, but for the week ahead, as we're not looking at much variance between our temperatures and our winds. Good news, most of our winds are coming in from the west, so that is keeping all of the smoke out. We're remaining in good air quality, and folks, just nice conditions throughout our areas. Those are going to continue. Our allergy forecast, trees, the only hitch in our giddy up at moderate. Other than that, we're looking very good, as we really have all this summer. Chenopod's and composites are your allergens for today. So our highs today, again, about a degree or two warmer than yesterday. Lower 80s for Yakima, Toppenish, 78 for Ellensburg. Over in the Mid-Columbia, lower 80s. Upper, let's just say lower 80s for the entirety, and lower 80s as well for the Blue Mountain region. 7-day forecast, and my goodness, it is just going to continue to be nice and dry for Yakima. Get back to those mid 80s by the weekend, cooling back down in our next work week, but mostly 80s across the board, and overnight, mostly 50s or all 50s across the board. We have a couple 60s in our overnight lows for the Tri-Cities area, but looking very nice. Lower 80s through Friday, and then upper 80s. Don't know if we're going to see 90s again this year. We'll definitely, or most likely, not going to be seeing triple digits again as we're starting to slowly cool down into our September. But folks, we are in a weather pattern that is going to stay very consistent. So besides that chance of quick showers tomorrow evening in the Blues, staying dry, winds are staying light, a very comfortable Wednesday is ahead.
Community organizations in South Seattle are calling for action after a series of home invasions and robberies targeting Asian residents in their neighborhoods. Linan Nguyen reports.
Come on, all that right now, everything you got.
They're scared. They're terrified. The reason why they're not here, they don't want it to happen to them again if they come out.
Speaking through a spokesperson, the victim seen tased by a group who viciously robbed him in Beacon Hill last month says he's thankful for all the community support, but continues to live in fear.
Said he keeps repeating to me in Vietnamese because I speak Vietnamese. I think that the way he says "am an," like just flashback, he just gets this, he can't sleep at night, nightmare.
Seattle police put out an alert last month. They are actively investigating a series of at least 14 incidents where a group of teens appear to be targeting people in these zip codes. In 13 out of the 14 incidents, the victims were elderly Asian residents.
We are probably being targeted based on the stereotype that we're quiet, we don't fight back, we're weak, and so forth. And which is absolutely the total opposite.
But beyond that, there are shared concerns from many in Beacon Hill and the surrounding neighborhoods about current crime rates. Several community groups came together in solidarity, pushing for neighborhoods to communicate, look out for each other, and bring awareness to what's happening in their communities.
Some of our folks come from countries wherein interacting with government is scary. It could be dangerous for them to interact. So the rest of us have to lift the voices and really create this pathway and persevere.
Making sure that we have resources like in-language translation, cultural relevant program for mental health for different communities, and making sure that people feel belonging in the community.
Reporting in Beacon Hill, Linan Nguyen, KOMO News.
We'll be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast, but first a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, stunning new allegations in the South Carolina murder case that gripped the nation.
The clerk of court had improper private communications with the jurors. The subject matter of those communications was the credibility of the defense.
Attorneys for convicted killer Alec Murdaugh alleging in a new court filing that his trial was tainted by bias, now calling for a new one. Lawyers for Murdaugh, who was found guilty of fatally shooting his wife Maggie and son Paul, accusing court clerk Rebecca Hill of engaging in extensive, deliberate, and self-interested jury tampering, claiming she advised jurors not to believe Murdaugh's testimony.
The question's going to be, is it true? Did she actually do this?
And coming up at 7 a.m., George Stephanopoulos speaking with Alec Murdaugh's attorneys in a morning interview. With your GMA First Look, I'm Ariel Reshef, ABC News, New York.
I'm Jason. I'm living with HIV, and I'm on Cabenuva. It helps keep me undetectable.
For adults who are undetectable, Cabenuva is the only complete long-acting HIV treatment you can get every other month.
Cabenuva is 2 injections given by my healthcare provider every other month. It's really nice not to have to rush home and take a daily HIV pill.
Don't receive Cabenuva if you're allergic to its ingredients or if you're taking certain medicines which may interact with Cabenuva. Serious side effects include allergic reactions, post-injection reactions, liver problems, and depression.
If you have a rash and other allergic reaction symptoms, stop Cabenuva and get medical help right away. Tell your doctor if you have liver problems or mental health concerns, and if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or considering pregnancy. Some of the most common side effects include injection site reactions, fever, and tiredness. If you switch to Cabenuva, attend all treatment appointments. Ready to treat your HIV in a different way? Ask your doctor about every other month Cabenuva.
Every other month, and I'm good to go.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:53. We're going to get to your first alert forecast in a moment, but we begin with a look at this morning's top stories. The College Place Police Department says an officer arrested a 30-year-old male passenger with a warrant out for his arrest during a routine traffic stop. After officers took him into custody, they say they noted drug paraphernalia in the vehicle and searched it to discover fentanyl, methamphetamine, and a firearm that was within arm's reach of the 30-year-old felon. One of his recent convictions was unlawful possession of a firearm. Fire officials say they have the Yellow Pit fire 100% contained. It burned near the Benton-Walla Walla County line in the Wallula area. Officials say it looks like someone driving off-road started the fire, which burned more than 1,500 acres. It's a good reminder that even as temperatures are cooling down, there's still a lot of dry grass and brush out there that can easily catch fire. Firefighters are still working to put out the Bensel fire, which is burning in Umatilla County east of Hermiston. The Oregon State Fire Marshal tells us the firefighters did have to deal with a flare-up Monday in a drainage area that was difficult for crews to access. But now the fire marshal says the fire is 72% contained and they're making progress. Fire officials in Spokane County say they're still working to figure out what started the devastating fires there last month, but they've ruled out natural causes like lightning in at least one of them. The Oregon Road fire, which burned almost 11,000 acres within a matter of hours, destroyed dozens of homes, and is blamed for killing one person, is considered about 90% contained more than 2 weeks after it started. An alarming situation developed over the holiday weekend along the Oregon coast. 2 children and 4 adults all got caught in a rip current, which swept them away from the shore. According to the Cannon Beach Lifeguards Facebook page, that happened at Chapman Point at Cannon Beach. A total of 4 lifeguards hit the water along with jet skis and calls for the Coast Guard helicopter. 3 local surfers also assisted in the rescue. All 6 people were eventually brought back safely to the shore. The Pasco Chamber of Commerce is holding its annual Sunshine Business Luncheon next week, and the keynote speaker is a longtime NASCAR pit coach. Sean Pete worked for over 12 years with NASCAR as pit coach for Trackhouse Racing. He says the high-pressure environment taught him a lot about how to succeed in leadership, and now he's co-founded a program called Deck Leadership to help business owners thrive. The Sunshine Luncheon is coming up on September 11th, and you can buy tickets at pascochamber.org.
Good Wednesday morning, everyone. We've made it to midweek and a beautiful day is ahead. We've seen just beautiful conditions since Monday and they are going to continue, though we do have a slight chance of a little bit of shower activity tomorrow evening. Not today, though. We're looking at just beautiful conditions. Still just a hint of shower activity going on in the mountains, but that is so light, not even sure it's getting to the ground. We're going to see these clouds move on out of here for Kittitas and the Yakima Valley. And just looking at sunny skies today. So our current temperatures, we are chilly, lower 50s to upper 40s. You may want a coat as you're heading out the door. And again, our mornings are getting cooler and cooler. They're going to continue through September. And as we move into our morning hours, we are looking at light winds continuing. And folks, we expect light winds to continue for the week ahead, at least through the weekend. So just very, very nice conditions. So very stable conditions as well. So our currents today, 81 for Yakima. We're a degree or so warmer than yesterday. 78 for Ellensburg. Over in the mid-Columbia, lower 80s across the board, and in the lovely Blue Mountain region, we're right at those lower 80s as well. 7-day forecast for Yakima, just looking very nice. Lower 80s through Friday, more or less, then mid-80s Saturday and Sunday. Overnight lows routinely in the 50s, more sunshine than not. Same conditions for Tri-Cities, maybe just a little bit warmer for your weekend. Our best chance of shower activity, I mentioned before, will be in the Blue Mountain region tomorrow evening. Very quick. We're on the periphery, just the edge of a system going through the panhandle of Idaho and Montana. Other than that, we're looking to stay dry. A nice Wednesday is ahead. Jill.
Thanks for joining us on Good Morning Northwest. Your local news is back tonight at 5.